Welcome back, everybody. All right, so I've shown you how to go ahead and use the style points within CSS here. What we're going to do in this tutorial is we're going to do something similar in JavaScript. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking that JavaScript, this is an HTML5 course. It's not a JavaScript course. But what ends up happening is that in HTML5, a lot of these languages tend to mix together. And it's best that you know a little bit of JavaScript anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the CSS. And you can see that once we delete everything, it ends up being nothing because, of course, we haven't told this to do anything. One thing we need to do is we need to give this canvas an ID. So I'm just going to type in ID. I'm going to go equals and then two quotes, and I'll just put a space. I'll close the CSS here just so that we can see it a little bit better. And what we'll do is we'll go to ID and we'll go to a canvas, just like this. And what this means is that this canvas tag is going to have an ID named canvas. And I know it's a little bit of review, but this ID here is a reference that you can go and reference in other parts of the code here. So what we'll do is we'll pull up the JavaScript here. And what we need to do is we need to pull up, first of all, we need to put this in a variable. Now, in order to declare variables, you just need to type in var, and what we're going to call this a canvas. It's pretty simple. We're going to go to equals, and I should also point out at this point that in JavaScript, unlike most other languages, you can make variables into different kinds of, well, simply variables. You can make them you can make them number variables, you can make them character variables, and you can pass in a whole bunch of information to a variable. So a variable isn't a specific type until what we call initialize it. So what we need to do is we need to actually go and get this ID, and it's actually very simple. All you need to do is you need to type in document.get element by ID, and the capitalization is very important at this point. And then what we need to do is we need to type in two brackets and a semicolon, and then here two quotes. And in here, we need to just type in, we need to find out which ID we're getting, and we're going to get this one right here. So what we need to do here is you can see here that we have a variable named aCanvas, which we are going to reference this canvas here. So this aCanvas, forever in this JavaScript here, anything that we do to this will be only affecting this one right here, not this one right here. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to go to we need to add another variable here. So we're going to just type in this var, and I'm going to go ahead and close the HTML because we don't need it anymore, and we're going to just type this in as context. Okay, and what we need to do is we need to go to a canvas dot get context, two brackets, two quotes, and we're just going to type in 2D here because essentially that's the way get context works. You can actually add in these two quotes if you really want to, but let's just go ahead and add in the big ones for now. So the next thing we need to do is let's go ahead and go to the next line here, and we need to type in context dot fill style and make sure style is capitalized. We're going to go to equals, and then we're going to go two quotes, and then we'll go ahead and push this here. Now watch what happens when you type in red. Now we haven't done anything because we have to actually go ahead and fill this rectangle, which is going to be the next line. So we're going to go ahead to context, and we're going to go to fill rect, and then this passes in 4 different variables. So I'm going to go to 10, 10, 100, and 100, and as you can see, a red little box pulls up right there, and there we go. Okay, so that's essentially what happens is that when you can go ahead and add this and fill this canvas within JavaScript. Now, you're probably thinking, well, this is really silly. We've already learned how to do this. However, there are way more cooler things you can do with this, all right? And I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.